Hi, I'm DaleStiles, and this is my Week 2 video discussion. For this discussion, we're talking about webisodes and the like. Since I don't watch a lot of TV, I'm literally at a loss with this one. About the only thing I can imagine being anywhere close to this would be when Star Wars prequels came out back in 1999. This is way before streaming video. But it was a chance for fans to, really get excited, really get involved, and jump in. We were allowed to download the prequel trailer in QuickTime format before it came out in theaters or anything. It literally took something like a half hour to get the video onto the computer, but once we had it, we could watch it over and over and over again. And boy, let me tell you, every Star Wars fan in the area, that was bragging points, I downloaded it, I got it. And, as soon as we got it, you ran out in the middle of the street. Hey, I got it. And your friends came over and watched it, right? So, back then the biggest services were like, Windows Media, Apple QuickTime, and Real Networks, which was, Real Networks was out of, Sound Design. I think they used to make sound cards. Sound Blaster was what it was. Sound Blaster out of Oklahoma. And then, ultimately they got bought and Real Networks kind of came out of that little deal. But anyway, those were the big formats for videos, and you could download it, watch it on your computer, and share stuff that way through email, because it was just a link and then you downloaded it. So this was basically the kind of the start of what was I think we called it video over IP. It was before streaming. I mean, streaming didn't come for at least another 5 years. I know I make it sound like an eternity. But as things were developing, that's it felt like an eternity, because what we have now with YouTube and whatnot, you just click a button and there's no buffering, no anything. You just start watching the video. Back then, you'd get your video and then you'd go eat, go mow the lawn, something, come back and watch it, So, other than videos like that, where we're downloading a trailer or seeing something, ahead of time, I can't think of any sort of webisodes or anything that I've participated in. This was what, 99, back then I was stationed at Great Lakes Naval Training Center teaching radar and mainframe computers. And by 2001, I was back on a ship. I was there for another 5 years and didn't have access to much of anything that was mainstream. We were stationed in Hawaii, so we were outside all the time. The family didn't spend a lot of time in front of the TV. We were doing a lot of barbecuing out back on the lanai with our neighbors and friends and shipmates and anybody that came over. Lots of family visited from the mainland. Spent a lot of time at the beach. Bought my first Harley, learned how to surf, took diving lessons. Just didn't do much with the internet at all until, I guess, 2006 when we moved to Florida. But then I was on recruiting duty, so didn't do much there either. YouTube was out by then, and I did have high-speed internet the whole time I was in Hawaii, and then the whole time I was in Florida. And I did start a channel to share family videos with extended family, but none of my viewing was tied to other shows, webisodes, things of that nature. YouTube back then was a lot of, I'm interested in this or I'm interested in that. And then ultimately it kind of morphed into a do-it-yourself thing. I'm interested in this and let me show you, So then it just became a how-to kind of a platform. So even then, I didn't spend a lot of time on the internet because I was always at work. I was on my motorcycle, at the beach. It wasn't until I retired in 2010 that I got back into doing a whole lot of internet-based things. And that's when I started taking computer courses to refresh my knowledge of what I had learned back in the late 80s, early 90s. And, ultimately that led to my career in IT. So, and now I'm tired of sitting all the time, so I want to get back out and do something creative. So I'm taking communications and media and hope to do something different. Anyway, I'll see y'all in the comments.